I went to a church where praying was basically a speech competition. Welcome to Holy Shit, where we unpack the religious trauma you didn't know you had. In my church, the longer your prayer, the more spiritual you were. Eyes closed, no notes, just flowing biblical text, straight from memory. That was essential. The more elaborate, the more people respected you. People would pray for 10 minutes straight. And then, when it was my turn, I would say this simple prayer because I was hungry. For what we are about to receive, to the Lord we're truly thankful. Which, by the way, was Maria's prayer from The Sound of Music, but nobody knew that. So I kept using it because it was the only prayer that felt real to me. People would literally side-eye me, and I've gotten, wow, so short? You're done? Like my prayer was insufficient because it wasn't a theological dissertation. But the Lord's Prayer that Jesus taught literally takes 30 seconds. But apparently it's not enough for modern churches' performance standards. Matthew 6:5 warns us against praying to be seen by others and tells you to pray in private instead. But prayer meetings became a theater festival to showcase biblical knowledge. Matthew 6:7 do not keep babbling like pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. We were doing exactly what Jesus said not to do. Not gonna lie, this performance culture made me terrified to pray out loud. I would rehearse prayers in my head like everyone else did, trying to sound spiritual enough, biblical enough, long enough to be respected. Prayer became, in my church, more about impressing people than about connecting with God. We were performing for the congregation, not communing with the divine. The tax collector in Luke 18 just prayed, "God have mercy on me, a sinner." And Jesus said that was the righteous prayer, not the Pharisees' elaborate performance. Your simple and honest, sometimes silent prayer is more valuable than someone's biblical showcase. Help is a complete prayer. Thank you is a complete prayer. Even a Sound of Music quote is a complete prayer if it's sincere. God doesn't need you to prove that you've memorized the Bible. God just wants to hear you, hear your heart. And sometimes your heart sounds like Maria von Trapp, and that is perfectly holy because love doesn't care if you sound like a theologian or a movie character.